And right here, we're going to have a range bar. So the range bar is going to be going right under here. We can see it in our example with the cash value there. So what we've done is we've got our short-term assets. We've got some initial state set up. And we've got one here called current value. Now we want the current value to have different items in it, which will be required by our range bar. So I'm going to go down into the range bar. Well, first thing, I'm going to import it. So I'm just going to copy all that down. Actually, this will be from range bar. And I'll take in the range bar here. Perfect. So in the center, now we're going to have our range bar. So boom, actually, there we go. There we are. Okay. Now, this wants some props. Let's go have a look, see what props it wants. Oh, it says just props. That's not helpful. In label, the label wants a props that says, so it wants a function called handle change label. Now, in this case, we won't be changing the label. Sometimes I have it so you can click on it and you can manipulate the label here, but we don't want people changing cash value, so we're not going to give it that function. But we're going to give it the function that, or we're going to give it a label. We'll look at the slider section of it. The slider would like a set value function, all the props, and a color. We don't care about a color. Sometimes I'd played around before with having the color change a bit more or having different types of colors. For now, we don't care. Then in value wants a name, but I don't think we'll need that. We'll see later if it does or not. And then financial value. Okay. Okay, so I think just those ones will do for now. And then the toggle state and stuff, that's all local. So we will go back. I've already got it kind of set up for what we need. Where were we? I'm going to find the short-term assets. So we've got the range bar. I'm going to say that the label is this, state dot current value, because that's the one that we're changing, dot label. So it's going to be, we're passing in cash value. So cash value is going down into the range bar. Then the range bar value equals basically the same thing, but range bar. Range bar value. Same thing now with financial value. Okay. And then name. Yeah, we'll need the name. So we'll need the name to get into it to change it. So I will be using the name. Name. Okay, so that is that. Now we've got to figure out our set value function because we need this range bar to be then manipulating this state here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look back down into the slider and it fires the set value function and it passes these back. Oh, we've got to pass in range bar props. So let's pop back over here. I'm going to just say range bar props equals. So this way I'm just ensuring that it's got everything. Actually, I might not have even needed to pass these in individually. I could have just done range bar props, but state dot current value. I'm just going to look and see because I just love saving code. So if I could, yep, every time it's saying range bar props dot name or range bar props dot financial value. Perfect. So I can range bar value. Perfect. So what that means is I can trim some code. I can take all of this out because all of this is held in this object, which is the range bar props. So the whole value, all of these items are now going there, and I can just send it with that one thing. So that's great. But it needs the set value. So, whoops, set value. I'm just going to throw this here just so I know what it needs and the order that it needs it in. I'm going to say set value equals a function. And let's write it here. So set value. Const set value takes, it's going to take a log value, range bar value and range bar props. And what's it going to do with them? Well, so what we need to do is when this fires, it needs to go into state, into current value, and then set the range bar value and the financial value. So we're going to use our set state function, which is right there. And we are going to, first we're going to make a copy of initial state. So we have to copy it all. Then we're going to go into current value. So we go into current value. I like to think of it as like we take a picture of the room so we know where we are, then we open up the door and we go into the next room, which is the next object of the nested object. I really hope I'm writing this correctly. Oh, I have to make this as an object. Something is not happy. Oh, there we go. Okay, so then we go into current value. Then we're going to take a picture of state dot current value. So we got to copy it all again. So I'm going to state dot current value. So we just copied everything here so that we didn't mess it up. Then I'm going to say that financial value, whoops, is the log value. So we're receiving a log value, and that's what's going to be the financial value. So that's the one that accelerates dramatically up. Then same with range bar value, or range bar value will just be range bar value. And there we go. So the reason with the name that's nice is later on, if we wanted to reuse this function, if we've got several different types of things that we're changing, we could then make this range bar props.name. So if we go like this, let's actually do that now, bar, because we'll want to reuse this dot name. So in this case, it's current value, but in other cases, it could be interest rate, it could be something else that would be using a similar type of range bar. So it'll be switching out. And then here, we'll do the same thing. There we are. So that's why we want to receive all the range bar props. So it's kind of like we got a backpack with all our little tools that will get us into the correct room. So there we are. Now, let's test it out. So set value, it's right there. Actually, this is just set value. And then we're going to cross our fingers and really hope that that worked. Okay, so we've got our asset name, we've got our cash value. Now I'm going to slide it, and it works. Nice. So what we're doing is we're storing this information, and we're just storing it into the local state here. So it's being stored to this component right there. Oh, my wife just came home, but that's totally okay. So we're storing it all to local state. Then we are going to have a look here, and now we want to get the rate of return. So I think I'm just going to pause right here, and then next section we're going to build the rate of return, and then this button that's going to submit the state, and then move on to the next section. Or they can add another item that's like a cash value. Welcome home.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's okay.
I texted you to let you know I was home.
Sorry?
I should have texted to let you know I was home.
Yeah, that's all right. I was pumped that I had so much time.